Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins video. This is going to be my ideas, as I promised, my ideas of all of the players' nicknames for Players Weekend that I thought of. So, I'm basically just going to go through everybody that I wrote down and give you guys three-ish nicknames that I came up with that, well, maybe not all of them that I came up with, but you'll get the idea, I think, once we go through it. I would love to know your guys' names for any of these guys or anybody else on the team. These were, of course, just like three ideas that I came out like really quickly. They're not great, but I think you'll enjoy some of them. So let's just go right into it again. I want to know your opinion on these. Please just make lists down in the comments. I would love to read them. But yeah, most of these I tried to not pick names that were already taken by somebody else. So like the Punisher, I mean, you guys know who that is, I'm sure. I don't know how to pronounce his name for the Reds, but obviously, so I'm not going to try to give somebody else the Punisher on the Twins. You see how that works? So let's go through it. We're going to start with Rocco Baldelli, the manager of the team. You got to name him Baldy, right? I'll put them all right here. Baldy. It just makes sense. I think it's funny. I think sometimes he needs that. Okay, so we're just going to go through these, I guess, pretty quickly. Baldy, Baldelli. Lewis Thorpe. I really like his name that he wanted to pick, but he didn't. I guess he said he wanted a do-over. Torpedo. I think that's really funny. Or Thor. See, that's like, this is what I'm trying to avoid, is Noah Syndergaard is obviously Thor. So you could name him Thor. You could name him Torpedo. How about the Aussie? I think that's kind of funny. Or Kangaroo, because, you know, Australia. Jake Odorizzi. Jake the Snake, because he can get out of jams. I think that's kind of funny. GTS, go to sleep, because he gets you that high fastball. You see what I'm saying? Throw that high fastball. It might knock your head around and you might have to go to sleep. Okay. And then Jake with like just a bunch of Ks in the middle. How about that? Because he strikes a lot of guys out. And you'll see that with the common theme with pitchers, because a lot of them have Ks in their name. So next up, Ryan Harper. Even though he's not on the active roster anymore, he was when I decided to make this list, so I'm keeping it in there. Curveball, because that makes sense. New York Traffic, because you have to wait for the curveball forever. Or wait for it, because the curveball doesn't come until like 5 minutes after he's pitched it. Next up, CJ Cron. How about Better Than Morrison? Because we all know how Logan Morrison turned out last year. This guy's obviously better. And then 14 Degrees. I thought that was kind of cool, because he's literally all he hits are just line drives that somehow go over the fence. And I think his average was like 14 degrees at one point, so I thought that was kind of cool. Jason Castro. I really couldn't think of any for this one except for the D and then a picket fence emoji. How about that one? Because he's really good at defense, not so much at offense. This year he has stepped it up, but I thought that was kind of cool. So the D, picket fence. Next up, Eddie Rosario. This one's kind of obvious. Rosie. That's just basic. How about Mr. Bomba though, or OG Bomba? He created the Bomba squad. I mean, this guy, there's so many names that he could pick, but those are just three of them. Rosie, Mr. Bomba, and OG Bomba. Taylor Rogers. I got a lot of them for Taylor Rogers. Mr. Rogers, of course, but that's copyrighted, I guess, or something that he didn't want to use it. Then T-Swizzle, because Taylor Swift. Taylor Rogers. The Closer, because he is our closer. I just think that's a cool last name. Tay-Tay again, bringing back Taylor Swift. And then Taylor Made. I really like that one. It was on that the book that I got at the game that I kept score in. Taylor Made. I think that's really cool as a as a nickname. So there's Taylor Rogers. Next up, A-Ray Adrianza. This one's super easy. Verlander's daddy. You can just put that on the back of the jersey. I would buy that for sure. Verlander's daddy is 100% for Adrianza. Next up, Devin Smeltzer. I think the Smeltzer is cool, or the Smelter. Either one, because that's not just his last name. I mean, it is, but there's like things that you can actually smelt. Hashtag Minecraft, you know, I guess you could put that as that is a last name too. Hashtag Minecraft, a nickname. The Melter, because he melts down people with this curveball. And then hashtag Beat Cancer, because I think that's actually what his nickname was. I think he changed it prior to, I don't even think, was he on the roster or not? I think he changed it prior to the game. So I think it was Beat Cancer. I love that. So I kept that in there for him. Williams Astudillo. This one's easy. The turtle, La Tortuga, turtle emoji, something like that, because he's a turtle. It makes sense. Okay, we're going to go a little bit quicker now, I think. Byron Buxton. Hello Wall, because he runs into the wall all the time. Gold Glove, because he got a gold glove. Or Cheetah, because he's really fast. I think those are really funny. Zach Littell. How about the Fire? Mr. Tall. Or Zach KKKKKK. You know, just a bunch of K's after his name. Because, well, Lit is what his real nickname was. Fire makes sense. Mr. Tall, because he's Zach Littell, so Mr. Tall. Okay, that was maybe dumb. Okay, Max Kepler, Mr. Clutch, just because he's probably the best hitter in clutch situations on our team. How about Boomstick 2? How about Bowers Daddy? I think that one's kind of funny too. 100%, I would buy a Bowers Daddy jersey from Max Kepler. But yeah, I think those are pretty nice. I mean, there's a ton you could name for Max Kepler too, honestly, because he's such a good player. So let me know what you guys think. Luis Arise, call him Roy, Rookie of the Year. All Rise, because it's kind of a pun for Aaron Judge. Arise, all rise, get it? And then the Rookie, I think the Rookie is just a cool name because he is the best rookie on the team. Also probably in the majors, but he's not going to get the Rookie of the Year because he doesn't hit home runs. That's just stupid, but that's whatever. So I think you just put Roy on the back of his jersey. That'd be nice. Jake Cave, how about Unwritten Rules? Because he gets Max Kepler hit with a 3-0 pitch because he swings at a 3-0 pitch. 3-0, how about that one? I really like Caveman as well. That's a really cool nickname. And then just a fire emoji because Caveman see fire for the first time. They're like, whoa, they boom. Crazy. So I think that would be kind of cool. Michael Pineda, get the emoji with the tongue sticking out. It's just like, you know. That would be cool since he sticks his tongue out when he pitches. Just call him Mr. Tongue. Or Mr. Hips because he really likes to shake those hips when he's on the mound. Big Mike is also cool if he wants to just go with that. Marti Perez, I couldn't really think of any for this one either. Triple play, because he turned the triple play behind him against the Yankees one time. That was pretty cool. That's pretty much all I got. Marwin Gonzalez, how about Marway Gonzalez? Get it? Marway Gonzalez. I think that's pretty cool. And then you can also call him the Sink, because he is a utility. He can play anywhere. Call him the Sink. Next up, Miguel Sano, the IRS, because he's going to make you pay. And then Let It Snow. Let It Snow. Get it? And then Thunder, because he makes booms, you know? You could say that for, like, Nelson Cruz, too, but, like, you'll wait for him. So I called him Thunder because he's big, he's loud, boom. See you later. Next up, Jorge Polanco, call him Hooray. Get it? Like, you're excited. Hooray. That's really dumb. And then the Switch, because he's the best switch hitter on the team. I mean, you could argue A-Ray Adrianza, but I wanted to give him that name. So, Switch, I think it's a cool name. Next up, Sam Dyson. Just call him the Vacuum, because I think that one's pretty obvious. There's a vacuum named Dyson, so give it to Sam Dyson to clean up your... You can fill in the word there. And then Sam I Am, because I think he's the only twins that is named Sam. So Sam I Am. Or Dr. Seuss, if you want to do that too. So I think that's pretty funny. Next up, Trevor May. Call him the Calendar, because his last name is a month. And the Gamer, because he's a gamer. So just whatever. I like his original name too. All these guys, I really like their original names, so I kind of kept it in there. But you could keep him. I Am Trevor May if you want. Jonathan Scope, I really like the Mamba. I thought I'd keep that in there. How about the snake emoji if you don't want to do the Mamba? Other than that, you could do Scoop, because that's what I thought his name was, or a lot of people I'm sure thought his name was when they first saw him. Just the Scoop. Or the Ice Cream Man, because Jonathan Scoop. You know, you scoop ice cream. Get it? Okay. Next up, Mitch Garver. Garv Sauce. I love it. I think that's a really cool name. 18 innings, because he catches all of the long games that the Twins have played in. And then he's called the Future, because he's going to be the future catcher of this team. I mean, again, you could call that a lot of guys, but I decided to give it to Garver because he's been really good this year. Tyler Duffy, the Doof. I think that's the best one that you could come up with. Other than that, you could call him the Pillow, because he puts people to sleep. Not like in a bad way, like a good way. Like same with was it Jake Odorizio who I gave Go to Sleep to? Yeah, because throws that high in fastball, baby, and you gotta stay out of the way, or else you'll end up getting hit and go to sleep. Also, Duffy is like a pillow, like it's fluffy. A pillow is fluffy. And then Doofenshmirtz, because, well, he already called himself the Doof, so Doofenshmirtz. Get it? It makes sense. Next up, Sergio Romo, El Mecon. I love that, the lock. You can call him Electric, too, because he's so pumped up after the mound. Otherwise, the Broom, because his sweeper is just go whoosh. Slider is just absolutely disgusting. I think the Broom is my favorite. Okay, Jose Barrios, La Maquina. I think that's cool. It's a machine. Otherwise, you could just put like 50 Ks behind, like just K. Because he strikes out the most guys on the team. I think that one's funny. And then finally, Nelson Cruz, of course, Boomstick. That's just obvious. Call him the MVP if you want. Just put MVP on the back of his jersey. Or the Lightning, because, you know, Miguel Sano, he brings the Thunder. And Nelson Cruz, he brings the Lightning. He shuts it down. It's over when he swings the bat. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, this was just me naming a bunch of names that I came up with. I want to know you guys' opinion on these names and your guys' names down below as well. Seriously, make a list like this, everybody you want, and just come up with a name. I'd love to hear them, get your thoughts behind it. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.